Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We're up and running then.
Steven Gerrard is capable of taking a game by the scruff of the neck and anywhere he wants after that.
Yeah, one way or another, he'll contribute to the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, and when the going gets tough, tough seems to come easy for him.
Looking to play him in.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack. Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Salah. Shevchenko. Shevchenko was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Messi, he's found a way through. Totti. And it's come back out to him. Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal, and the score is 1-0. And he's managed to get free. Gerrard. Now it's Hazard.
That's good play from him.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Dani Olmo. He's on it. Can he get away? DiMarco. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Ibrahimovic. Out towards the flank. Hazard. Some really good ball movement. And this is Shevchenko. And Shevchenko! Oh, it's come off the upright. And it's Gerrard. Nicely weighted ball. Ruben Dias gets a foot in here. And that's going to be a booking. Fernandez. And this is Van Nistelrooy.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Alexander-Arnold kept his eye on it, and he's there. Dani Olmo. Mohamed Salah. Very nearly half an hour gone here.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And that has been cleared. Van Nistelrooy is fouled. Alexander-Arnold with a real chance here. Looking to widen the gap even further here. He's gone for goal! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Oh, good-looking ball. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And it's Olmo. Mohamed Salah is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. And here's Shevchenko. And this is Ibrahimovic. Hazard swings in across. He's cut it out. Lampard. Spread it left. Hazard. And it's played in here. They've got to be quick to recover this. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first.
Milan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Bout of passing here, really gets his head on it! It's a goal! Barcelona are back in business! What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Now it's Lampard. Now it's Hazard. Lampard. Shevchenko. Deftly away. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Lampard. And here's Hazard. And here's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. And now they can spring out of defence. Salah. Great ball, and he's in here. Shoots! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Olmo. He's through here. He's having a shot! There it is!
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
And that is indeed the final act. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. So there was the first half.
Oh, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So we're off again.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
That has been cut short. Messi. Could move up a gear here. That's a good ball out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And that is well cleared. To Totti. Fernandez. That's a good chance! And that's in! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Messi demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Milan dragged themselves back again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
He's in plenty of space here. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Van Nistelrooy being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
They've got a corner here. Corner number 3 coming up. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Shevchenko. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Shevchenko. And Shevchenko! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Shevchenko is onto this. Totti going about things with real menace. That's a nicely shaped ball. And this is Messi. Messi! Goal! Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Messi on a hat-trick. What do you think that'll mean to him, Jim?
I think it'll mean a huge amount to him. The way he's been playing, I fully expect him to turn his 2 goals into 3. His appetite has been brilliant, and he totally merits a third.
He looks a really hungry player right now. And it's Shevchenko. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Shevchenko. Ball in towards the middle. And it's hoisted clear. Fernandez does really well to win the ball there. And they can counter here. Dani Olmo. It's a really well-measured ball. Space for him to turn and look. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That has ended up in no man's land.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Shapes to shoot! And that could have brought them level.
Such a good opportunity, Peter. I hope he doesn't end up regretting that miss.
Lampard. Dani Olmo.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
It's a good foot in there. Now it's Shevchenko. Mohamed Salah. And it's Shevchenko. Out of play for a goal kick.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Barcelona can make their change now with a break in play. De Ligt powering forward here. Looking for the run. And he's straight offside. Very much into the last knockings. Foot in. Fernandez. That has not gone well. Di Marco. Ødegaard. Hazard. Knocks it into space. And the number on the board is 3. McAllister, and it's Hazard. De Ligt kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Ibrahimovic. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now.
It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Fernandes. Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Now, what about a counter-attack? Grimaldo. Baresi. And it's O'Shea. And Grimaldo. And it's Grimaldo. Now it's Mbappe. Aims beyond the defence. Totti. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Plays a sharp little ball here. Pelé has the space to ski. And a header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Ibrahimovic. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Azar. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. De Ligt did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That is good strength. He is through here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. It's a sharp pass. That's where it came from. Fernandes. Milan still without a single shot on target. It's a searching pass. Grimaldo. That's a throw. Alexander-Arnold was in no mood for any of that. Fernandes. Real chance! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
He's shifting through the gears here. Grimaldo calmly anticipates. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Hazard. Van Nistelrooy. And he shoots! And that's a tiny finish. And they're threatening to fly away here. Another moment of magic. A real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that. But not this fella.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
O'Shea. Milan have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. He won't be happy with that one. Grimaldo. Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. And he's in on goal! And the finish! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Mbappe, and it's Arda Güler. Oh, good spread. He's in plenty of space here. Van Nistelrooy. McAllister. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Fernandez. Totti in the hunt and looking threatening. McAllister.
Un minuto di recupero.
O'Shea. Goulet. Pass somewhat off target. And we've reached half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Milan firmly in control at the break, 2-0 the scoreline. And we are back underway. Pele going face-to-face with his great rival. That's a good ball. Over to the right flank. Madrid claiming a corner, and the referee concurs.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.